Welcome to Relay Theology. This is my friend Dan Linford.
Howdy.
So Dan, in context of philosophy of religion discussions, you often hear the phrase anti-theism or anti-theist. And at least to some people what this means is that they don't just not believe in God, they actually like it that way. They actually think that a state of affairs that is a universe that is godless is going to be a better or preferable state of affairs, to them at least, than one where a God is sovereign over this universe. What do you think about that kind of, what are some of the kind of justifications for that kind of view? The idea that one is glad that God doesn't exist?
Sure, that's an excellent question, Justin. One argument that I've sometimes heard for that kind of view goes as follows. So it's often intuitively thought, and you hear this from politicians all the time, that privacy is a good thing.
Okay.
A lot of us really seem to value privacy. But you see, if God existed, none of our thoughts, none of what we take to be our most private and intimate moments would actually be private. Because God would be able to tell all the time what we're thinking and doing and so forth.
Right, so the idea is that we generally think it's not a good idea that people are listening to our phone calls, or that people might have some personal information that we don't necessarily want disseminated around. But this thought is actually the most potent form of privacy, the privacy of one's own conscious experience, our innermost thoughts, something that a human could never really get at. So that's the kind of thought here, right?
That's right. Yeah, that's at least that's one argument that I've sometimes heard put forward for the anti-theist position.
Yeah, I'm sure there are others. So do you think there are any objections to this kind of line of thought?
Well, one kind of objection that I can imagine someone putting forward is that when we typically take privacy to be a good thing, it's because those who would wish to do us harm, if they could have access to our most intimate moments, that would be they would be able to
be a cause for concern. So what's interesting here, though, is that on theism, the person who would have access to the information is not like a morally fallible human. It's not a government that's potentially corrupt in ways that we don't know. Rather, this is God, a being who is said to be morally perfect. So Dan, do you think that that objection is a successful response to the argument from privacy? Or does the privacy argument, is it still really a relevant concern when it comes to anti-theism?
Justin, I'm not quite sure. And one reason I'm not quite sure is that I have a kind of intuition that even those people that I would trust telling intimate secrets to, I'm still not sure that I want them looking over my shoulder every single moment.
Yeah, but I think that perhaps the reason is because deep down you know that no one can be trusted without qualification, right? Everyone under pressure, everyone has a breaking point. And it's of course immoral to try and find where those breaking points are. But at the same time, they're always going to be there. So there's always a small potential, even if you trust the person with everything, there's always a small potential that they could leak elsewhere. So I don't know. I don't really know the answer to it, but maybe you do. So if you do, please leave a comment below. So thanks for watching.